Some places are remembered through monuments. Bengal is remembered through atmosphere. It exists through emotion, memory, music, literature, conversations, food, festivals. And the strange feeling that culture here is not preserved for visitors. It is simply lived every day. A journey through Bengal is therefore not about sightseeing alone. It is about entering a civilization layered with creativity, intellectual history, and deeply rooted human warmth. And that experience begins almost immediately. In Kolkata, history never fully disappears. Colonial architecture stands beside crowded tram lines. Old coffee houses continue hosting endless conversations about politics, cinema, philosophy, and poetry. Bookstores spill onto pavements while the city itself moves with a rhythm that feels both chaotic and deeply reflective at the same time. Kolkata does not try to hide its age. It carries its past openly. And perhaps that is what gives the city its emotional texture. There is art everywhere here. Not always inside museums or galleries, but in ordinary life. In handwritten signs, in Rabindra Sangeet drifting through open windows, in theatre posters pasted onto old walls, in conversations over tea that somehow become philosophical without warning. Bengal has always valued thought, creativity, and emotional expression in ways that remain visible even today. But Bengal extends far beyond Kolkata. And once the journey moves outward into rural landscapes, another dimension begins to emerge. The pace changes. Urban intensity gives way to quieter roads passing through river plains, paddy fields, terracotta temple towns, and artisan villages where traditions continue almost uninterrupted across generations. This is where Bengal feels deeply rooted. Santiniketan reflects that spirit beautifully. Built around Rabindranath Tagore's vision of education, art, and harmony with nature, the atmosphere here feels thoughtful rather than commercial. Open spaces, folk traditions, music, local crafts, and cultural simplicity create an experience that feels increasingly rare in modern travel. And slowly, travelers begin understanding something important about Bengal. Its cultural richness does not come from isolated attractions. It comes from continuity. Music still belongs to daily life here. Craftsmanship still survives inside homes and communities. Festivals are not staged performances for tourism. They remain emotional, living experiences tied to family, neighborhood, and identity. Durga Puja perhaps represents that spirit most powerfully. For a few days, Bengal transforms completely. Lights, sounds, rituals, art installations, and community celebrations merge into something far larger than a festival itself. It becomes an expression of collective emotion and creativity flowing through the entire region. Food becomes another language through which Bengal reveals itself. River fish, slow-cooked curries, sweets, local markets, and inherited recipes all reflect geography and memory together. Meals here often feel personal rather than transactional. Hospitality carries emotional weight. Guests are not merely served food, they are welcomed into cultural rhythm. And throughout the journey, one feeling returns repeatedly. Bengal rewards slowness. The more patiently you move through it, the more deeply it reveals itself. Because this is not a destination built around spectacle. Its beauty often exists in subtle forms. An old tram moving through rain-soaked streets, evening adda beside a roadside tea stall, a ball singer performing beneath an open sky, clay idols being shaped quietly before festival season. Travel today often prioritizes visibility, places designed to be photographed quickly and consumed instantly. Bengal offers something completely different, an experience that unfolds emotionally rather than dramatically. And perhaps that is why people remember it so personally. Not simply because of what they saw, but because of what they felt while moving through it. Because Bengal is not merely visited, it is absorbed. Bengal is not only seen, it is felt through music, art, conversations, traditions, and everyday life. At Nature Beyond, journeys are created to reveal the living soul of a destination, not just its attractions. Because meaningful travel begins where surface tourism ends.